Hello, everyone. Welcome to the fresh episode of our This Excellence Hub and Listen to Young Minds. Before I start today's episode, I have a very specific question for all of you. Are you spiritual? Yes. The question sounds little dramatic. That What is this question? What is the meaning of being spiritual? Is it daily doing your prayers, daily sitting for meditation, daily doing your sadhana, and what it is actually? So, yes, today we are going to dive deep into this topic of spirituality. That what actually the spirituality is and why this important topic of spirituality is so justified or so important for our young generation, for our students. Let me just give you a brief background about it. Every human being just grows in four different ways: the physical, the emotional, the spiritual, and intellectual. Physical growth is a part of our biological process. We all have to grow physically. Intellectual growth is a part of our education system. We are going to schools, a higher education institution. So that is a part of our education system. But our entire process of learning is devoid of two important components, which is a part of our growth, that is the emotional growth and spiritual growth. Now, here comes a lot of confusion among the youngsters and the students that why the spiritual growth is important for the students, because we all need to grow intellectually. But let me tell you a top secret here about the spirituality. Spirituality is highly different concept which has never been taught to our younger generation. It is all about the concentration. It is all about how you perceive the things and how you achieve the excellence. So I'll not tell more about this topic. I'm so happy that our today's young guest, a young girl, is so enthusiastic to discuss this important topic with all of you. So without a further delay, just welcome our today's guest, Miss Ashna. So hello everyone, just welcome our today's guest, Miss Ashna, and I'm very happy that she got ready to discuss on this very sensitive, I should say, and very special topic for all the students and I believe all the youngsters, which is all about spirituality. There are lots of myths, lots of confusion, lots of misunderstanding about this special topic. So we'll discuss a lot about Ashna. And before we dive deep into this topic, I'll just request Ashna to give a brief introduction of herself so that we can understand more about her. Ashna, over to you.
Thank you. Hi, I'm Ashna Goel. I'm a 10th grader. I'm 15 years old. I I have hobbies like dancing, playing badminton, arts. I wish to pursue a career in psychology, which is spirituality related. So that's all from me.
Okay. And Ashna, in your introduction, I just want to know a very important thing, that how you come to know about this word spirituality, because that's really surprising for me.
Yeah, so this all started with my mom actually. So when I was really young, I had no idea. I just knew one word that was religion, which is all about God, the divine. But then my mom came into picture. She actually works in the same field of line. So she's a healer and therapist. So she started in this world. So I was confused. I'm like, spirituality, what is that? How is it different from religion? But when I started knowing about it, I was really intrigued and how beautiful it is. So that's how I came to know about spirituality.
Perfect, perfect, Ashna. And I'm really happy that a girl in this age is having that much deep understanding about this word, especially. Forget about the context, forget about the understanding, but the word itself means a lot. Okay, so let's start our discussion. And the first question which is coming to my mind is that what is your understanding about this very special topic, that is spirituality? Because you see what is happening nowadays, everybody's talking about spirituality, being spiritual, the importance of being spiritual, but how the young generation should take this word. So that is the reason I want to understand that what is your take on spirituality, what is this?
Okay, so according to me, everyone has a little, a little person of them, version of themselves that's hidden away somewhere. So spirituality is just getting to know a version of you that you never knew you had, knowing your true self. That's what I believe spirituality is. Just, knowing what you truly had, but you never knew you had it. So
That's beautifully explained, Ashna. because you are rightly saying that spirituality is not that you are trying to know about someone else. It's about you are exploring about your own self more and more. So perfectly quoted here that it is all about how you are trying to explore yourself more. But
Yeah.
again, there is one highly misunderstood or misconception among all the youngsters, that is spirituality a religion or the vice versa, or what is the difference between the spirituality and the religion? Is it that I have to go to temple daily or whatever religion I am following? So just I want to know that what is the basic difference as per your understanding between the spirituality and the religion?
Okay, so I actually thought about it myself, and I was also questioned in the beginning that, religion and spirituality, aren't they the same thing? But later I came to know that religion is just a set of rules that you do. Like, for example, in Hinduism, like there's a set of days you have to fast. Some days, you have to do a ritual. In spirituality, it's nothing like that. There's no guidelines, there's no rules on how you get to know yourself better. In religion, you're worshipping a god. In spirituality, you're appreciating yourself. You're showing gratitude to yourself for getting out of the bed every morning, for being happy how you are.
Yeah, I just would like to reiterate what she's telling, that spirituality means you are into a state wherein you are trying to just accept yourself.
Yeah.
You are trying to love yourself more and more. So it has nothing to do with the religion, wherein I believe a lot of misunderstanding among everybody, and not only between the youngsters. I believe everybody just misunderstood that concept that spirituality is somewhat religion. But no, Ashna is telling very rightly, it's about being in a happy state, as if you are comparing yourself with a young child. That young
Mhm.
child doesn't know anything about this world, but just enjoying every small bit of information. So I believe that is the essence of spirituality, which is far beyond the religion and all the religious concept. Very beautifully stated, Ashna. But again, one more thought is coming to my mind, that the youngsters, I'm talking about the age group between 14 to 24,
Yeah.
maybe. So these youngsters feel that spirituality is something which has to be practiced by the old age people, or it's an old thought of school. And probably when somebody is in their late 30s or late 40s, then they should practice their spirituality, because then they have time to practice this concept.
Yeah.
So what is your view about that, so that all the students can understand it in a better way?
I strongly disagree with the thought that, spirituality is something of the 30s or 40s. How is that real? Like 14 to 20, 25, like you mentioned, that is the age when you look for career options, colleges, give exams, board exams. So how come people who are not practicing spirituality just by test paper, they literally faint in front of my own eyes? People are fainting just by seeing a test paper. How? Then doesn't that mean that you need spirituality right there? Like, I do not believe with this thought. Going into new colleges, it's become a stress for people that, oh my God, I need to build my profile. I need to look for new colleges. How will I get a future for myself? Is that true? Without a profile, will you not have a future? So I believe that's where spirituality comes into picture.
It means you are saying that spirituality will help the students to come out of their fear of the new place.
Yeah.
Yeah, very important point here. And I believe everybody should make a note of this point, that it's not about being into any kind of practices. It is about building your strength more and more. So here, again, whatever you are replying there, it's giving rise to many questions. So what do you think, Ashna? What are the important spiritual practices which every student can do in his or her regular routine, so that they
Okay.
can understand the beauty of this concept?
Yeah, so one very good advice I received from one of my mentors a while back. He was like, if you're doing any work, just check your breath first, how you're breathing. If that's not stable, first please correct your breath. So that I believe can be done with meditation. It really calms one person's down, clears one's mind before you do any work. If you're writing an exam paper, just take like 3 deep breaths and focus on your breathing, you'll be good to go. So I believe meditation is one basic practice every student can do, just like 5 minutes a day, not even 15, 20 minutes, 5 minutes. That's all.
Wonderful advice, I will say. And one more scientific aspect I'm adding to your reply, Ashna. When you are telling that calming down your breath to just count of three, and even the students are not having 5 minutes, I suggest starts with 30 seconds, starts with 1 minute. And students, the time you are spending in just scrolling the reels, even it takes the lesser time to just calm down your breath. And the scientific aspect I'm telling you here, what happens when she's telling about that start practicing the breath work. Once you start practicing breath work, it starts activating a very important nerve in your body that is called the vagus nerve. And it has everything to do with your concentration. So beautiful aspect, beautiful advice here is being given by Ashna, and I'll appreciate it a lot that breath work is such an important scientific aspect of the spirituality. And forget about meditation even. You don't need to go into deep of meditation. Just close your eyes and take 5 deep breaths. That's it.
Yeah.
I believe that will serve the purpose. Is that Ashna?
Yeah, I completely agree with you.
Yeah, perfectly mentioned. Yeah. Okay. So, yeah, that was beautiful aspect about meditation. But again, I'm having a little doubt from the student's perspective that how the student should understand that practicing these spiritual things or the spiritual practices, how it will prepare our students to be ready to handle the challenging situation which are yet to come in their lives. So do you think, first of all, is it possible, and if yes, then how?
I believe it is possible. For example, if you get like a project in school that you have to complete within 30 minutes, spirituality helps you get the ideas that are somewhere stored in your mind. So you will get those ideas quickly, you will act on them fast, and even with a short amount of time, you won't stress out that, oh my God, I'm unable to finish. You will focus on the work and calmly do it quickly. You won't even stress about it. Like, for example, even if you're getting into college, you're going to somewhere, you're writing an important exam, you won't stress about it with the thought, oh my God, this is the exam that breaks or makes my future. You will calmly write that exam, that it's a nice exam and I've studied everything for it. So that's how spirituality will help students further.
Okay, so it means you are telling that spirituality plays an important role in creative thinking, logical thinking, problem solving skills, handling the fears, handling procrastination, handling other
Yeah.
challenging situations, and so on and so forth. So, do
Yeah.
you feel that spirituality helps in all these aspects?
Yes, it does. I believe so.
Okay, and any specific example you want to quote it here, maybe from your personal experience?
Um, I can think of one example. So one day I had like a very important exam of ninth, and it was maths, and everybody knows it's maths. Oh my God, I'm so fearful of maths. So even though I was good at maths, I like stressed very badly, and at that time I like didn't do any meditation because I was short on time. So I screwed that exam like not that badly, but I could have done much better. Like even the questions I knew, I like screwed it up because of the nervousness and stress I had. Whereas the rest of the exams, I woke up early and did a bit of meditation, and those exams went pretty well for me. Like I did better. So I believe that spirituality is there where it can help me and others as well.
Wonderful. I believe that's a very important experience which you are narrating here. And certainly means if I talk about myself, so there are thousands of experiences wherein if you start practicing this, just a simple breath work, means
Yeah,
I'm not telling that you have to do any kind of specific spiritual trainings and spiritual advancements. Forget about anything. Just start appreciating everything. And one important thing which you mentioned, I remember that you started pointing earlier, that start practicing gratitude. I
yeah,
believe that's a powerful concept.
yeah,
And it's very important for today's young generation because they are having everything just like 2 minutes noodle, everything ready. So once they start practicing gratitude, I believe they would be able to transcend everything in their life. That's what I feel. Okay, now coming to the discussion again. So Ashna, I have seen that there are many professions. I'm talking about the professional lives, wherein the people say that they should practice spirituality. I'm specifically talking about the professions like sports, the business person, the entrepreneurship, the writers, and many more such profession where they need to concentrate. So they just advocate this idea of spirituality a lot. So what is your takeaway on that? That why do they do such kind of things? Why do they feel that spirituality helps them a lot?
Okay, so as I mentioned before, like the example that I mentioned before, the ideas, well, it all helps there. For example, if you're an entrepreneur, you're meeting with an important client, but you're like so nervous, so stressed out that you messed up the meeting. So that will affect your future. And even the next meeting you have with a completely different person who doesn't know what you've been through, you will mess that up too. So you see how it's like a building block. So you mess up the next thing as well. So that's where spirituality also helps. But again, for example, like you just mentioned, like other career options, right? So you have ideas somewhere in your mind where you need to pull them out and use them rightly. So like I heard about this I one quote a long time back. Right idea at the right time is very important. Not right idea at the wrong time, or the wrong time and right idea. Nothing like that. Right time, right idea. That's very important. That's where spirituality helps one person.
Beautiful. And one more quote I'm just reminding here with your this point, that what spirituality tells you. Spirituality tells you that no goals are unrealistic. There is no goals in life which are unrealistic. Only your timelines are unrealistic. Maybe if you have a goal and you are giving 1 year to that, so maybe you are overestimating yourself. And maybe you have a goal and you are giving 3 years or 5 years or 10 years to that, so maybe you are just underestimating yourself. But no goals are unreal. So
Yeah.
spirituality gives you a clarity in your thought process, so that you can understand that how much timelines I need to give to this particular task. That is the power of spirituality. And all the students can start practicing this beautiful experience, because no matter what I say about it, what Ashna says about it, or what somebody else says about it, until you start practicing it, you will not feel it. Means it's like a tasty pizza at Pizza Hut, no matter that how much we recommend about it, until unless you taste it, you won't say that how much you can relish about it. I believe that's what Ashna is telling, that start practicing it. Uh,
I agree with you.
okay, so Ashna, just what is your message to all the students who are younger to you, who are elder to you, and maybe some of them are just entering to their higher studies, to their universities. So, what is your message to the students so that they can understand, first of all, the concept of spirituality, the importance of spirituality, and how they can make their lives better? So, your message to everyone.
Okay, I have my message is going to be, please do spirituality. It's not an old age thing. It's like it's not cool. Like nowadays it's like, I'm not going to do this thing. It's not cool. What's not cool is you seeing a test paper and just fainting, or you being in stress. So that's not cool. Please do spirituality. Is going to help you a ton. You're going to raise your vibrations, and people are going to see it. They're going to help you out in your life and make you happy also. It's going to make you happy actually. Spirituality is just for yourself. You're going to remain really happy.
Wow, beautiful. And usually, what I do, I after the every episode, I just try to summarize it. But the very important word which you are telling, Ashna, I picked up two words from your message. That is being happy and raise your vibrations. Means the moment you use this word vibration, I was like, oh my God, she knows about all these words, and that's so fascinating for me. But yes, whatever you are saying, that's 100% truth in today's scenario. And sometimes I feel pity that our education system is not focusing on any of these aspects. It's just focusing on your intellectual growth. There is no component where we are telling to our student that yes, they need to be mentally strong, they need to be emotionally strong. And when this mental and emotional component comes together, then it becomes a spiritual component as well.
I
So
agree.
I believe I will leave a email ID of Ashna and a thread for Ashna if she agrees here, so that at least the students can connect with her, just get to know that how she started her journey in this beautiful aspect. And it is, I believe, the spirituality is like, as you have a habit of just doing brush every morning and night, so just like practice spirituality means
I
I believe
agree.
this. Is that so, Ashna?
Yeah, I agree.
Yes, so it's as simple as like that. Sitting calmly for 1 minute or maybe for 30 seconds if you're not even having a minute. Just close all the windows in your system. Close all your sense objects and just focus on yourself. That's it. And bring the true joy of your life into yourself and just finding out your true self. Wonderful, Ashna. It was lovely discussing with you this important topic. And at the end, I would just like to tell all the viewers, all the listeners, that if you feel that you have any specific story about this important topic, or you want to share about any other topic on this platform, so do write to us. The details are in the description. And I believe Ashna would be ready to help you out if you have any doubt in terms of spirituality. Is that so?
Yes.
Good, wonderful. And keep watching, keep listening, stay happy, stay healthy, keep practicing spirituality. Thank you. Bye bye. Thank you, Ashna.
Thank you. Bye bye.